If this may come off as rude, but I don't do ice cream dates. This woman is looking for a Gucci bag and not a man. Bougie, gold digger, all day long. My day was amazing. I had the best first date that I've had in a while.
He's trying to make her jealous.
And that's even weirder. Is it normal to be single for 2+ years after a 4.5-year relationship?
Her career is something that's really important that will set up her and everything she might dream about for the future. Hi, everyone. My name is Cass from Astrodipity. This is Tasha Taremi. We are your hosts for today's podcast. We are coming to you from our podcast called Astro Divas now. We've changed it. We're going to up it. We are also in Virgo season, so we have a lot to talk to you about today. First and foremost, I want to tell you about Astrodipity and how we are a dating site based on astrology. So you put your time, place of birth in, where you were born, and Astrodipity will give you all of your placements. So in other words, your star sign, your rising sign, your moon sign, your Mars sign. And that is the fun part about this, because you get to know yourself, as well as you get to have Astrodipity basically make you compatible with somebody else based on their placements. So Astrodipity is currently in the United States. We are marketing in India. We've just started. We are going into Sri Lanka. We are going into Australia. And we're also in Canada right now, but we're not doing a lot of marketing. But just to let you know, we are there. So we're expanding greatly. The good news is that I wanted to tell everybody about is we're also going to be selling merchandise on our site soon. So this is something we look forward to, and we're really, really proud about. To kickstart this awesome podcast, we are going to talk more about Virgo like we did last week, because we are in Virgo season. And I've got a lot more to say about Virgos. Tasha has a lot more to say about Virgos. Last week, I think I told you guys that Virgos, you need a Virgo around, because we lift you up, and we're so optimistic that it's really good to have Virgos around. Virgos are extremely practical and very, very smart, very grounded. So it's an awesome sign. If you are a Virgo, happy birthday to all of you. I know we're talking about September Virgos now. We're going to talk about compatibility throughout the signs as well, the 12 signs, and how you fit with a Virgo. Virgos go really, really well with water signs and other earth signs. But of course, based on your other planets, based on the other parts to you, you can work with any sign, really. It's really dependent on your whole chart. That's why Astrodipity is such a thing that makes us so proud, because it takes all of you. We get to know you on a soul level. You get to know somebody else, whether they're male, female, whether you're looking to date another woman, same sex, it doesn't matter. It's for everyone basically around the world. So now, Tasha, if we want to start, I'll just kick it off with talking about Aries. I just wanted to read something that I have written down for all of you guys. So Aries is energetic and adventurous, right? So they might clash a bit with Virgos, because Virgos are more cautious and methodical. However, if an Aries can tone it down, they complement each other really, really well. Virgo's practicality can ground Aries, and Aries can push Virgo to step out of their comfort zone. Do you want to take the next one?
Taurus. Taurus is the next one. And actually, Taurus, I believe, is the most compatible sign for Virgo. It's a very harmonious match, because both signs appreciate stability and reliability. So I think that Virgo is attracted to Taurus because they have a very central nature, and Virgo's attention to detail can also create a deeply satisfying and nurturing relationship with Taurus. So they complement each other, and they can appreciate each other's strengths, and they don't necessarily look at each other as having a weakness, because they both like stability and reliability. So Taurus is a very compatible sign for Virgo.
Well, next we have Gemini, which is May 21st to June 20th. So Virgos find Gemini's unpredictability and scattered energy a bit overwhelming, which is true because Geminis tend to be scattered. But if Gemini can offer intellectual stimulation and versatility, a Virgo can offer stability and focus, and they can balance each other out. Communication is the key for them working out well because both are communicative.
For the sign that was for Gemini. So Cancer, which is really interesting because my moon sign is Cancer, but Cancer is a very emotional sign. And they go really well with Virgo because they are, very, they have deep emotions, and Virgo likes that. It's very nurturing for a Virgo. And also Virgo can help a Cancer sign by teaching the Cancer sign to be more organized. I feel like more practical and less emotional. And I think that's why that's a pretty good compatibility for the sign of Cancer and Virgo.
It really is, eh?
Yeah.
It really, really is. Next, we have Leo, and Leo's vibrant and very, very bold and very passionate and all those things. So they might initially clash, which is true. I should know. Virgo's very reserved and conservative. So if a Virgo appreciates Leo's creativity and confidence, Leo respects the Virgo's analytical skills. However, don't forget, Leo is a fire element. So Leo is very out there, whereas Virgo is a little bit more laid back, and we don't like to be the center of attention. But they can complement each other extremely well. Virgo offers groundedness, while Leo can bring the excitement and enthusiasm into the relationship, which Leo does very, very well.
So the next one is Libra, which this actually kind of surprised me about Libra and Virgo. Both Libra and Virgo value harmony and balance, which I get that because Libra is also like justice. They like things to be fair and equitable. I get that, but Libra being an air sign and Virgo earth, I feel like Earth is more would be more open emotionally than a Libra because they're so analytical. So this kind of shocked me. But it says that Virgos are more reserved and analytical in nature, but both partners can respect each other's differences. Sorry, I'm on the wrong one. Libra's charm and diplomatic skills can help Virgo open up and relax, while Virgo's practicality and attention to detail can support Libra's need for equilibrium and fairness. So basically they're saying that Libra, because they are diplomatic, that's what Virgo really appreciates. Virgo does like intelligence. That's important. So that does make sense because Virgo likes to have intelligent conversation. So that would be a Libra for sure.
Yeah, you know what? That is so true, right? Because if we don't think someone's intelligent, it's not that we recede or go away or anything like that. It's just that we are intelligent. We like to think about things. We like to analyze things. We like to assess things. So intelligence is very, very important. We did skip out Virgo. We'll do that at the end. But now we're on to Scorpio. Scorpio's intensity and passion might contrast with Virgo's more reserved and analytical nature. That is true. However, they can respect each other's differences. Scorpio can bring depth and transformation to a Virgo's life, while Virgo can offer stability and practical support. That is very true. They say Virgos and Scorpios go together extremely well. The only thing that I would debate on this about, because Scorpio is a water sign and Virgo is earth, is that Scorpios are set in their ways. And even though a Virgo is very similar to that, we assess everything. Whereas a Scorpio tends to do it out of just pure stubbornness. That's not for every Scorpio, but a lot of Scorpios, they feel everything. They care about people, they care about things, but when their mind is set, their mind is set. So I agree that they can clash. However, they are, according to astrology and according to most people out there, they're extremely compatible. Next is Sagittarius.
Which I have a Sagittarius. So Sagittarius is known for being an adventurous spirit. They love the love for freedom. It may sometimes conflict with Virgo's need for order because Virgo likes things to be in order. So they're saying, but both partners can find common ground. A Sagittarius can introduce Virgo to new experiences and perspectives, while Virgo can offer structure and practicality. So I feel like, though, going back to Astrodipity and how you can't go off the sun sign, because like I said, Mark is a Sagittarius, but he has a lot of Virgo traits because his moon sign is Virgo. And so we're really compatible because my moon sign is Cancer and his is Virgo.
So, water, and the best part between you and Mark is that you are a sun sign Virgo, which goes very well with the moon sign Virgo. You have two moons, you have a moon and a sun that go together like that. You are extremely compatible, but it's even more than just that. It's for life. You take a moon and the sun and it's amazing. Like, it's really, really amazing. The fact you have the exact same sun sign.
So I guess I'll keep one.
Yes, you keep it. And then we have Capricorn. So this is often a strong and mutually supportive match. Both signs are super hardworking, practical, and value stability. Capricorn's ambition and discipline can align well with Virgo's meticulous nature, making for a productive and harmonious relationship. That is true. The only thing I will say on this, Capricorns are awesome. Capricorns are go, 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 like a Virgo. Virgo, to me, I'm such a proud Virgo, but like you said, we can't base it on our star sign. So just the fact that we're both Virgos, that's wonderful. But I have a lot of Virgo in me, and I believe you do too. So that makes us true Virgos. You're a September Virgo, I'm an August Virgo. What I can say about a Virgo and a Capricorn together is that Virgos are not, we don't like to yell. We don't like big blowouts or anything like that. Capricorns can be on that side. When they get upset, you know it. You know a Virgo is upset because we get extremely quiet. You're cut off. That's it. That's all. So,
well, and if the Virgo gets to the point where they have something to say, they will cut you down with their tongue like no other.
with words, but we have no need to scream and throw things, and we're just not like that. So Aquarius.
So Aquarius is the next one. Aquarius is innovative and has an unconventional approach that might seem unusual for a Virgo. But if both partners can appreciate each other's unique qualities, Virgo can offer Aquarius grounding and practicality, while Aquarius can inspire Virgo to think outside the box. So Aquarius feels like a little more of a flighty energy, and it might be difficult for Virgo to feel safe in that relationship because it's not predictable. And Virgo likes predictability. They like to know what's up.
God, that's so true. You couldn't have said that better. That is so true. We like to know what's happening, plans. We're not big on surprises unless they're romantic, but we're not. Yeah, we don't like surprises. The next one is Pisces. So Pisces' emotional and dreamy nature can be a good counterbalance to Virgo's practicality. If Virgo can embrace Pisces' emotional depth and creativity, and Pisces can appreciate Virgo's groundedness and attention to detail, this pairing can be deeply fulfilling and complementary. I agree with that. I do. But one thing I just want to remain on and say is that Virgos, like at the beginning of this, to bring awareness to people who are Virgos or know anything about Virgos or want to date Virgos, Virgo and Virgo is also extremely compatible because they think alike. They have the same interests. They have the same desires. The only problem is you might be too much alike. And there is some truth to, and I'm not saying don't date a Virgo. Absolutely, they go together. But just keep in mind that, you know, that saying opposites attract, it's a very true statement. So having some differences is what helps you grow and what, you know, makes the relationship more interesting. Virgos do so well together. They do so well together as friends, as relationship partners. I'll just tell you a bit more about them. Virgos, they're extremely known for their analytical minds. They're also known for their overthinking, which I'm one of them, but they've got such true attention to detail and practicality. They seek balance and harmony in relationships. So that is another reason why they make such great partners. And they're always seeking for partners that can match their intellectual curiosity and reliability, because we are reliable, dependable, devoted to a fault. So that is basically how it works. At the end of this, once we're finished up with our relationship and our dating emails and our texts that we have for you, we want to give you the projections for Virgo for September, because we have all that. So that's something you can look forward to at the end of our podcast. And so if would you like to start, or should I start?
I can start with the first story we have. It's an email here.
Okay.
So the title is it normal to be single for 2+ years after a 4.5-year relationship? This is a 20-year-old female that needs advice. She had a boyfriend from 10th grade of high school to her second year of college. She recently graduated, and by the end of the year, it'll be 2 years since she ended that relationship. They were really close. They never actually thought that they'd be apart, which she thought was a pretty delusion. Anyway, he got a girlfriend after 4 months of their breakup, and she's still single. And she probably will be single for 2 or more years due to career reasons. So overall, it'll be 4 to 5 years of being single. So she'll be around anywhere from 22 to 24 by the time she's able or ready for a relationship.
Wow.
She feels weirded out by the thought that my second relationship will be at 23 or 24. Is this normal or simply foolish? Or should I actually actively be seeking someone to date? I know this is lame, but I'm actually a little freaked out now because I feel left out now. Also, note that I have absolutely no one in mind, and I'm working on my career goals. Any advice will help here. I can definitely weigh in when you're done.
Yeah. Well, first of all, if she's focused on her career, I think that's amazing. I understand so many men or guys or young guys, especially 20 to 30, they just seem to move on to other people right away. But she's focused on her career, which is going to make her more confident. And when she's set, I know she's obviously not over him. She's still, it's obviously bothering her because he's moved on and she can't seem to. But her career is something that's really important that will set up her and everything she might dream about for the future, right? That's kind of what's important here. She needs to it's not a need. I just have a lot of respect for women who go after their career and get themselves together, and good for her. If she's young and she's in her early 20s, I like that. I think that's wonderful if she's doing that. But I get it. She must feel lonely, and she's feeling a little bit bad because he's moved on and she's got zero interest in anyone, obviously, for her to write that email. She sounds like she might be a Virgo.
Well, you know what? The phrase that stands out to me the most is I feel left out now. This to me would make me question an abandonment wound that she has. So I would definitely, the advice I would give to her is to really do some soul searching and find out, does she have an abandonment wound? Is this a wound that she needs to work on healing before moving forward? And also her worrying about the length of time. I also feel like there's a part of me that wants to say that she is worrying about the judgment of other people. What society views is normal. It's your life. You can't worry about the projection and views of society. And so I would say to her, focus on your healing and just be open, doing what makes you happy, and whatever happens, happens. Don't close yourself off. Don't set a time frame, but put yourself first. And whatever happens, happens.
I think hearing her talk like that, I'm thinking about how I felt when I was that age, and you see everybody around you dating and going out with people, and that's why we've got Astrodipity. You can meet someone and you don't have to go out with them right away. You can get to know them first. But I understand when you're that age, how you feel, like how it feels to be alone. But I have to say, I'm so proud of her thinking of her career first. To me, that just suggests she's more mature than her age. And if she can finish up whatever she's studying by the time she said 23, 24, then you've got it all together. And my gosh, any relationship that comes into your life, first of all, you're going to be a little bit older. They're probably going to be more mature than he is, because for him to move on from her so quickly, I get it. It would, bother me too. But you're right. She needs to heal a bit from that, because she's not over him, obviously. She's
No,
not
I don't
over
think
him
so.
bothering her.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. And
Right.
good for her on who she is. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, she should be proud of herself, because some people would just fall apart, and at least she has an objective in mind. Like
No
she
kidding.
has career goals, so that's
Yeah. No kidding.
commendable.
Good for her, especially at that age.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to read an email that we got also. This is called "My Boyfriend Cheated." So this is her statement, and she needs help, and she's asking for advice. She says, "Can you love someone and hit up people on the internet and be okay with that, and truly still love them? Because I found my boyfriend has basically been cheating on me on Snapchat and texts, etc. We have been planning to move in together. We've talked about our future, getting married and having kids. We share a dog together that we both love. I went on a trip to stay with his parents. Things are quite serious, or so I thought. He seemed remorseful about these texts that I found, but how do you know if he will do it again or not? Has anyone dealt with similar things in their relationship? I'm stuck and I'm hurt." So I'm gathering that, she obviously sees him liking other people's photos on Snapchat, on all these different social medias. And we talked about this last week. And she's seen texts. So obviously she's seen his phone. Can she be okay? Like, is this okay, first of all? And what should she do? Is their relationship truly serious? What do we think about that? Well, all I can say is, I said this on last week's podcast. I don't think that if you're in a relationship, you should be texting other people of the same sex. And I certainly don't think that you can really have friends when you're in a relationship that are of the opposite sex. Of course, it depends on the situation. I think social media is really, really dangerous when it comes to relationships, and it can be. If someone is out there liking other women's texts or girls' texts and guys, and it doesn't matter. This is, it doesn't matter what gender you are. So please don't harp on that. If your partner is liking all these things, are they serious about you? Well, I think sometimes it could be really innocent, because it's unfortunate, but social media is there, and we all, see these hunky guys or these amazing attractive women or these young girls, because it's there, and there's nothing we can do about it. It's all over the place, and it's unfortunate, but it's hurtful, like I said last week. And I would, if it was me, I would definitely be bothered. And would I trust that it wouldn't happen again? Probably not. Because you know
No.
what? But that's us, right?
But
I
you
mean,
know what? Historically speaking, if someone is texting, they're in a relationship and they're texting another woman, another man outside of their relationship, this is someone that is seeking validation, attention from other people. And so this feels like a pattern. She gets into a relationship with people that she can't trust, that cheat, that lie, that step out of the relationship, whether it's emotional cheating or physical cheating. And so, in order for her to stop this pattern, she needs to disconnect from this person. She needs to heal her own wounds. And she needs to, because if you don't disconnect, then there is no consequences for that action. It will continue.
So first of all, I wish she had written more in this email about all of this, and because I'd love to say, what did you do? Like, how did you confront the situation? Because I absolutely think people should confront the other person. I don't think it's all about yourself, that you should look at yourself or whatever. I think they are in a relationship, so there are two people in this. So how did she confront it? I'd be very curious. And what was his response? Because she really wants to know, do you think it will happen again? And the reality is, I think there are a lot of guys that are players out there. So put players in, highlight the word. There are a lot of guys that aren't serious, and she clearly wants this to be serious. She
does, but you can't force it. And if he's already, and they're not even married, he's and they've had a long-term relationship, and he's already trying to communicate with other women. And she said that he was remorseful. And the only thing he said to her is she has nothing to worry about. That's brushing it under the rug.
Yeah. So I wouldn't believe it. No, absolutely not. No,
I wouldn't either.
So our suggestion to her is no, stay away and move on.
Don't waste your time.
You're totally right. If I was in her shoes and I found a text to another woman, and I know a lot of people who have been through this, there is no way that deep down inside that I wouldn't think they're still doing it going forward. It will always come back to my mind. Always. How do you get over that? So no.
You know, a man that's truly, or a woman that truly operates in integrity is going to, when you get into a committed relationship, they're going to go through and they're going to delete any contact with single females, single males, because they are going to value that relationship above all else. That's how you know when you have a ride or die, or you have a
ride or die.
And this guy's a flake.
Yeah. And don't forget, we're talking about young, like people in their 20s and stuff like that. Well, there's a lot of guys out there. They're not, you know, when you're 20, the answer is simple, because when you're 20 to 30, let's say, you're not doing self-work. So we can't sit there and say do self-work. The reality is, no, he's going to do it again at that point. He did it. So he's that type of guy, period.
And there's no consequences, because if she stays with him, there's no consequences. He was able to effectively
get somebody
under the rug. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It'll definitely happen again for sure. Right. So we have another one. I don't know if you would like for me to read the, what are not so obvious red flags. Somebody sent an email. I'm a straight single woman. What are things to look out for that are red flags in men? Obviously, any kind of violence towards women is a red flag, but what are not so subtle things that are actually not healthy in dating? So inconsistency is really important. When you have someone that's texting, and then all of a sudden they don't respond, don't communicate for days, that's a red flag. He's got another relationship going on. He doesn't want you to know.
That's my favorite one that you just brought up.
Yeah. That was the biggest one.
Yeah.
Love bombing too. Love bombing, you know, telling you in the first 2 weeks, you are the most beautiful woman I've ever seen in my entire life. You are everything. I am so lucky. I want to marry you. I love you. Over the top flattery is fake, false. It's not real.
That's such a shame though.
It's love bombing. I know, because you know what? People that that are vulnerable and they crave that type of the affection and attention, they're susceptible to falling for it. So that's definitely.
Why wouldn't we want to fall for it? Like,
I know.
What happened to all that beautiful romance, and what happened to all that tradition? And
now it's just a game. Who can I suck in with love bombing? How many partners can I suck into this Venus flytrap? It's not real love. It's going to eat you. You know.
That is so perfect. Everything you just said is it.
Also, you know, somebody that says after 2 weeks, we're going to get married. We're going to get married. I'm planning our wedding. That is a red flag. That's like a covert plot and plan to get you trapped or stuck or bound to them. That's what it feels like.
And I guess when you're between 20 and 30, that's what you like to hear. Girls like to hear that. When you're that age, you want to hear, because that's what you dream of, that Prince Charming. You come in and say, I want to marry you. But you've got to listen to Tasha. Tasha is saying it's a red flag. And you're right. I'm getting this now. You're right. What other red flags?
So somebody that wants to be intimate too soon.
Yeah, I agree. And so if you're 25, what else? Imagine a girl being 25. And guys, God, this is for guys too. What are the red
Right. No.
flags from the women, the girls?
Too clingy, too possessive, too controlling, wanting to know where they are at all times, questioning them if they're not responding immediately. That is a red flag. You
Isn't that
know,
what girls and guys do in your 20s?
I
I
think
guess
we're in a
so.
different reality now. I think that people in their 20s are a little different than what they used to be. And I think they're wiser, honestly. I feel like they're wiser than they used to be.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't
Oh
know.
my,
I do.
anyways, I love the first one, the inconsistency. That's huge. My God, that's huge. I know you said you had some texts
Yes.
to read from. I'm very curious.
Okay, so this one I'm going to tell you, I'm going to try to be non-judgmental, but it's going to be difficult because this one really rubbed me the wrong way. The title is, I suppose ice cream dates are seen as a bad idea these days. I felt so much empathy for this gentleman in this text, so I'm going to read it. He says, "Hey, this is Vance." She says hi in a smiley face. He says, "I hope you've had a good day. I'm excited for tomorrow. I can pick you up, but if you're not comfortable with that, we can just meet there. I don't know why, but I'm feeling like getting some ice cream in this hot weather." And he does the sweating face with the LOL. And her response, it says, "Sorry if this may come off as rude, but I don't do ice cream dates. I'm a 26-year-old woman, and a date like that seems like the absolute bare minimum for me. Meeting up would be a waste of both our times since we probably don't have the same vibe. Best wishes." And Vance says, "Cool," and the sunglasses. The poor guy. Now, let me just first give her a positive before I rip into this situation. I have to give her credit because at least she was honest. At least she did not drag it out, and at least she was honest. I give her credit for honesty. So, congratulations, you were honest. However, I want to make a point. When you are dating people, this woman has not even met this man. They have never seen each other. They don't know if they have chemistry. They don't know if they're compatible. They don't even know if they like talking to each other face to face. And so to expect someone to spend $100 on a meal when they have never met you face to face, this woman is looking for a Gucci bag and not a man. This woman is not looking to find a true compatible partner. This woman is screaming bougie gold digger all day long. And I felt bad because I think there's absolutely nothing wrong with inviting someone to meet for ice cream. There's nothing wrong. I thought it was endearing. I thought it was sweet. You know what? Thank goodness he didn't ask her to meet somewhere to take a walk. She may have just went off about that. So I don't know.
That's the
What's
way
your
you
thoughts?
say things. I think, you know what? You make me realize things. You're totally right. You're right. You're right. You're so right. He's showing interest in her, obviously, by saying, let's meet up and let's go for ice cream. And she's saying, no, I'm a 26-year-old woman and we don't do that. And yeah, she thinks she's all that,
Mhm.
and go be that all that.
Well, I think
All
she
I
needs
can
to
say
go
is
on
you're right.
sugardaddy.com and not a regular dating site because he's looking for a true relationship. She's looking for dollar signs. And I feel like he dodged a bullet because he's not going to get a true emotional attachment here, a relationship that comes from the heart. Like I said, she's looking for money. She's looking for status.
Oh my God, what you just said, I just replayed this whole scenario in my head, and I saw him going, let's go for ice cream. And do you know how rare that is for a guy? Because I
To
don't think
think
that
that.
would be the guy wanting to do. I think he's thinking of her. Do you know what I mean? Oh, ice cream. She's a girl. She'll probably like ice cream. I think that's actually nice. You
It
just made
was.
me realize that. Yeah, it was nice. So totally with you. I'm on your
Yeah.
side.
I mean, he was trying to think of something that would be
For
sweet
her. Yeah.
for her. Yeah, he
Not for
did.
him.
And,
Yeah.
I get why it's not about being a tightwad. Like I said, if you're trying to meet people, if you've never met them face to face, if a man is expected to drop $100 and he's got 3 or 4 dates a week, he's going to have to work 2 jobs to be able to afford all of these $100 meals because he doesn't want people to perceive him as a tightwad. It's not about that.
We came to the conclusion this is someone that is looking for sugardaddy.com and is now on a regular dating site. And so this guy dodged a bullet because he's not going to get any kind of emotional relationship from this person who's looking for dollar signs. So
yeah,
it was very sweet. He was trying to be sweet.
Yeah, she's too into herself. I would have to be judgmental on her character, not just everything you said, but like literally, yeah. She's out for dollar signs, but her character, just her character. She's obviously not interested in him. So maybe we can just continue now going on the text that you have.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Matt could edit this entire part out. Yeah.
The second one is also titled, Did I Dodge a Bullet? So the gentleman here is asking a random question. He says, do you speak Spanish? She says, I don't speak Spanish. But then she goes into all of these restaurants that she likes. I like Circle House or Press or Grind or even Pure Vita. And he says, oh, okay, my bad. I figured I'd ask because he does speak Spanish. Just trying to find conversation. And she says, he says to her, oh, I've never been before to those places she mentioned. And you'll have to take me sometime. And he's just making a common, statement. He's never been there, so he would like to go. And she says, I'll have to take you, LOL. She got really offended. He says, I meant like, show me. I have my own car, no worries. She said, I just don't like the mentality of a girl taking a guy anywhere initially. Ha. Then she says, ha, ignore my friend who took my phone Wednesday because he never responded. He totally went cold, just silent.
Yeah, sorry.
No, I was just going to say, it's almost like she was totally offended and totally uptight when he was saying, well, I've never been there. You'll have to take me there sometime. I think that she was inappropriate in her right for the throat response. Like, I'm not, me take you. It's almost like she felt like, is he expecting me to pay? And with the way the world is now,
she didn't have to be that cruel about it. Let's say cruel, like she could have. I think we had this conversation on one of our podcasts in the past, who should pay for the date. And I'm still old fashioned in that. Yeah, I think the person who's asking should pay for the date. But her responses are just excuse me. So I'd like to say, excuse me. And no, this guy should obviously chat with somebody else.
Yeah. He totally didn't even respond. And then she tried to recover by saying, haha, ignore my friend. But he figured it out like, oh no, that's not somebody I want to. And you know what? My sassy brain, I got the sassiest brain in the world. Yeah. The first thing that came to me was, girl needs X-Lax to loosen up. I don't know.
No, seriously. Yeah.
I was like, she's too uptight, and I don't know. And I was getting ready to say, so we're in a time now in 2024 where people are all about women's rights, equality, but they only want to play that when it suits them. So it's not equality when they think they're going to have to pay. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
It's hypocritical.
Messed up like this. You're right, because I'm one of those people who have my ideas of the way it should be, and I agree with you. Everything's messed up. In fact, oh my gosh, just to change the topic, but I just read something about, how everything, like you're gay, you're straight, you're Asian, you're white, you're this, all of that's a big, big issue in the world today, right? Because there shouldn't be racism, there shouldn't be all of these things, and we all agree with that. But now apparently there's a term for straight people. And when I heard this, I don't know what I was on listening to this. I'm going, you're kidding. Like, are we really? And now you can define yourself if you want to be known as a cat now or not. So now I want you to call me a cat.
Well, that's
a cat.
And you know what I heard about that? There was a school that actually put a kitty litter box in the girls' bathroom because a student identified as a cat, which, I'm sorry, I don't care what you believe, what you want to be. I have no problem with that. but putting a kitty litter box in a girl's bathroom so that somebody can pee and kitty litter, I find it very disturbing. I'm sorry.
No, I think for everybody in the world, and I don't care who's judging me or hating me at this point. Yeah. For this, I think we've all gone crazy. We've just all gone crazy. Like, as far as this goes, it's too far now. I mean, okay, so now you want to be identified as a cat. What's next? A frog? Like, seriously. No, it's don't know what to say. I have too many thoughts on this, and they're all not what people would probably want to hear, especially for the cats out there. The cats out there wouldn't like me at all. Yeah. Oh.
Well, that's okay. I mean, it is what it is. So I have another one here. This guy, oh my gosh. So there's this guy on this dating site, and he says, hey, and the girl says, hey, how are you? How was your day? And he says, my day was amazing. I had the best first date that I've had in a while. She said, haha, well, that's great. He said, yes, it is. And then there's silence. I mean, this kid just friend zoned her. He just made her friend, because who in their right mind that's trying to meet new people brags about, I just had the most amazing first date? That either he lacks complete emotional maturity, or he's just truly looking for friends, because there's no match happening here. I feel like
or he's trying to make her jealous.
And that's even weirder.
That's the reality of what people do, right? Yeah, I know.
Again,
like, poor her, but they're both not being straight up with each other anyways. She's not saying, I mean, she's in communication. Is she trying to help him get a date in the first place? Does she actually want him to be happy? And maybe he did like the person, and maybe he's friend zoning her to say, okay, I actually really like this person. Now I'm cutting you off, which is also could be the right thing as well, right?
There wasn't much communication. It's like once he started bragging about another date with someone else, she just dipped. She was like, no, okay.
Dipped.
She was like, you're fine. You're great. Yeah, that's amazing. I'm out.
The dude found somebody else.
Yeah. So, I mean,
on her. I like that.
It's not conducive with trying to find a date. You don't meet somebody new and then say, hey, by the way, I just had the most amazing first date. That wasn't you.
I just had the most amazing first. That was good. Yeah. You're totally right. You're totally right. Anyways, this is what we'd like to discuss. So just telling everybody, dating issues, send emails all you want. If you want to send emails to Astrodipity, please feel free to send emails or asking for dating advice to info@astrodipity.com. We are in the middle of actually making it so that you can send dating advice to astrodipity.com. That just hasn't been done yet, and that will be there next week. But I was wondering if you wanted to tell us the projections.
Sure. So we could start with the personal growth. For the projection for September for Virgos is personal growth and reflection. So basically, it's a time to really focus on your own personal growth, reflecting on what it is you want. With the sun in Virgo, it's an excellent time for you to concentrate on self-improvement, setting goals, refine your plans. And this month, you might find yourself evaluating your life's direction and considering adjustments to align more closely with your true desires and values. So getting clear on what you want your life to look like, and what action do you need to put to achieve your goals. That's really what I'm getting. Then there's career.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So and you know what? Virgos are good at that. Virgos are good at making lists, at analyzing, at preparing. The one thing Virgo has a hard time doing is letting go of the control of, how everything is going to line up, because Virgos like order, and that control has a lot to do with order.
Oh, you're so right.
So, that's difficult, but that's one thing that we have to do no matter what sign you are, is to surrender the control and just kind of go with the flow. Do you want me to go on to career and finance?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I want to know what this month entails for us.
Oh, okay. Right. Because we're both Virgos.
Yeah.
In terms of career, September could bring new opportunities or changes in your professional environment. If you've been contemplating a job change or a new project, this might be the time to take action. Your analytical skills and attention to detail will be particularly beneficial. So focus on tasks that require precision and careful planning. Financially, it's a good month to review your budget, make any necessary adjustments, pay attention to your investments, and consider seeking advice if you're contemplating significant financial decisions, which is so funny because I hadn't even read that section. And when I was going through personal growth, the analytical and order and planning, that came out of my mouth. And that's what they're talking about.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. So I will get on that because these are the projections. So yeah.
Right.
Right.
Trimming the fat away from the meat.
Trimming the fat.
Yes, that's really what I'm feeling. Anything unnecessary, anything that's not going to meet your objective or your goal needs to go. If it's going to interfere. So yeah. So then we have relationships. For relationships, communication will be key. When isn't communication key with Virgo? I mean, seriously, Virgos, they always have something to say, especially when they're in a relationship. You might find that you need to address some underlying issues or have important conversations with loved ones. Be open and honest, but also be sure to listen actively to others' perspective. This is a good time for resolving conflicts and deepening connections. Single Virgos could meet someone who aligns with their values and offers a meaningful connection. So this is like, in the month of September, sounds like it could be like, the season of love for Virgo, like Love Boat.
Love Boat. Awesome. No, I like that too.
So that's pretty exciting. And then we have health and well-being. So your health and well-being should also be a focus. You may feel inspired or adopt new wellness routines or make changes to your diet and exercise regimen. It's a great month to establish healthier habits and focus on self-care. Pay attention to any signs of stress and make time for relaxation and activities that rejuvenate you. Relaxation does not go good with Virgo. They don't relax. They work, and they overthink when they're not working.
You don't have to tell people. This is supposed to be a secret.
Oh my gosh, it's so true. There is some key dates and astrological events. There's a new moon in Virgo, September 9th. And then this is an excellent time for setting intentions.
This just passed, eh? Yes, it just passed. Gosh.
Did it? This is new moon September 9th.
Oh, that's tomorrow.
Yeah,
okay.
That's tomorrow. So they're just talking about it's a good time for professional and personal growth, and utilize this energy to create clear vision for the future and take the steps towards your goals, which we've been talking about. Being clear on what you want, envisioning this is what you want, and then what action can you take to create that goal, what you're desiring, to call it into your reality. Because you have to follow it with an action. You can't just say, okay, I want a new house and I need X amount of money to have this new house, and then just sit on your butt and say, okay, Lord, I'm waiting for the money to fall in my lap. No, you have to work. You have to save. No. You have to meet the universe halfway by proving through your actions you're willing to put in the work, and then they will meet you the other half of the way. Align opportunities for more financial gain. Give you gifts of financial gain. That's how it works. So overall, September is a month of transformation and potential for Virgos. Embrace the opportunities for growth. Stay focused on your goals while also taking time for self-care and meaningful connections.
Wow. Thank you, Tasha. For anybody who doesn't know, Tasha is our professional, absolutely professional tarot reader for Astrodipity, does her collectives. So if you are a paid subscriber, you get to see the middle of the month and the end of the month based on the zodiac sign we are talking about at that moment, as well as you can also get a personalized reading from her, but you'd have to pay for that by clicking on the link. But Tasha brings us our forecast on our podcast at the end of every show now, which is perfectly aligned with you. And I love this because I want to know what's going to happen for Virgos. Even though obviously next month, it's not going to be about us. It'll be about Libras. And I believe that happens somewhere on September 22nd to October something. I'm not sure.
The last day of Virgo is September 22nd. So it would start the 23rd for Libra.
Oh, okay. So Libras, yeah. the projections on our next podcast will obviously be for Virgo still, because we'll still be in Virgo season. And then once we get to Libra season, she'll have the projections for all of us going forward, which is kind of cool because we get to look forward to that. On that note, is there anything else you want to talk about today as far as dating or anything like that?
No, I would just encourage whoever is watching the podcast, please feel free if you have questions about relationships, whether it's a situationship, a friendship, a dating partner, a husband, a wife, whatever advice that you need, feel free to reach out, send an email, because we have had a lot of experience, talked to a lot of people. And so I think that we would really love to help you. So send the emails.
True. Absolutely true. This is awesome. Well, thank you so much, Tasha. I want to thank everybody who listened today. We will see you next week. We look forward to it. And bye for now from all of us at Astrodipity.